Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to I Am the CEO Show. I'm your host, Erik Robinson, aka the Soul Motivator, and I am joined today by a dynamite entrepreneur, a business person. And I don't know if you was on our last segment. We've been talking about this real estate market, but I couldn't think of a better person to bring on, none other than Mr. Brandon Trippett. He is a loan specialist, a mortgage specialist, loan officer. Brandon, welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, sir.
So, Brandon, you was brought on the show. You was introduced to me by a young lady I have a tremendous amount of respect for. She's been in the real estate industry for many years. And for you to be the first person that she thought, she said, Erik, I got to bring my mortgage guy on. That speaks right there. That really is. I just want to let you know that, Nikki, her and her husband, they have a tremendous amount of respect for you. But talk about, I want to understand people in this relationship, mortgage and real estate. I want to buy a house. A lot of times people are selecting realtors, but they don't really think about sometimes the mortgage part of it, the loan part of it until
Right.
after.
It's usually the backup idea or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, let me start off by saying Nikki and LA, the Wilburn team, have impressed me beyond belief. I've been in this business since 2005.
Wow.
I got in when I was 23 years old, so I've seen the ups, the downs, the sideways, the turnarounds. And no two people have really put their full honest potential into it as much as they have. Right. So I want to thank them personally for inviting me on today. When you talk about the real estate agent and the mortgage loan officer relationship, it's a back and forth because one can't survive without the other. And when you're going through the home purchase process, unless you've got $250,000 in the bank or something like that, you're not going to be able to buy that home. And what we rely on is having that trusted partnership, that trusted relationship, knowing full well that not only are Nikki and LA going to take care of their client and have their best interests in mind, but as a loan officer, I'm going to fulfill my fiduciary responsibility to making sure that we're putting a family into a home that they can afford and that they're not going to lose, so on down the line.
Now, you said you've been since 2005. So 2005, there's been some ups and downs. I know there was a period where a lot of people was getting into the mortgage industry, but then there's a period where people was getting out of the mortgage industry. And so how did you survive? How did you make it through?
So that's actually a really good question. It's a funny story. I got in 2005, and that was back when the mortgage industry was kind of the wild, wild west. There was the stated income, no documentation loans. Anybody was getting a loan at that point in time. And I've always separated myself, wanted to have a value-added proposition. And when I was young like that, I was kind of the black sheep because I wanted to learn these FHA, VA, USDA government loans. And when the bottom fell out of the market in 2007, that was all that was left. So I'd love to claim that it was my intuition and my smarts, but really I fell into it by accident. So when everybody else were doing these easy loans, they didn't have them anymore. They had to learn something that I was already perfectly positioned and had the knowledge base behind. So in 2007 to 2008, my business actually grew where everybody else's declined.
Wow. So let me ask you this. So if I'm a buyer out there and I'm watching, I'm saying, okay, man, I'm thinking about getting a house. What's my first step? Should I contact you, or do I need to contact a realtor first? I mean, what's the process? And when do
I would tell you honestly, if you're even thinking about buying a house, whether it's 6 months from now, a year from now, the first step in that process is really finding where you're at financially in this instant, because you never know where you need to go than knowing where to start. I would personally tell you to contact a loan officer first so that you can see what the possible obstacles are, how much you qualify for, and then you can really get out there and have the detailed information with your real estate agent to go and look at properties that you're not going to fall in love with and that you can't afford, that you're looking in the right price range.
We always I came from the car industry, and we would call it sometimes the puppy dog phase. They put you in a car that you fall in love with, and then you can't buy that car, and then sometimes it's hard to have people come back down to a vehicle that's more in their price range. When I seen the seasoned salesperson will kind of pre-qualify them, if they will, and kind of know what price range that somebody qualifies for. So how can they contact you? For the viewers out there, say, hey, you know what, Brandon, I'm thinking about getting to the house. I think I want to do something. How can they contact you?
So the easiest way to get a hold of me is via my cell phone, 240-925-3489, or you can contact me at brandon@firstwashingtonmortgage.com. Both of those come straight to my hip. I answer my phone 99% of the time, and if I can't pick up, I'm at least going to send you a text message back letting you know I see that you're calling, and try not to leave me a voicemail because I don't really listen to them. I'll call the missed call on the call first.
Now, I want to touch on that. You know, that's phenomenal. A loan officer who's giving out their cell phone. You don't see that today, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's usually sometimes, you know, when you think about the loan officer, it's the person, you know, the guy over there, you know, and I don't think it's behind the scenes. Nobody really wants to talk to you because sometimes people are afraid of my credit, my I don't know what it is.
So I will touch on that later on, but what I will say is that one difference between me and any other loan officer out there is you instantaneously get an initial email from me, and in that email it says that I'm available Monday through Saturday, 8:30 in the morning until 8:30 p.m. And that's the difference between me and your bank per se. If you need questions answered or anything like that, I'm going to pick up no matter what hour it is, or if you're getting off of work or during work or anything like that.
Yeah, I like those hours you put out because most people work a 9 to 5, 9 to 6 sometimes, and after when I can get off work and talk on the phone, my bank is gone.
Right.
My credit union's closed.
Yeah, and that's when you have the most questions.
That's when